We are like people at a wayside station, waiting between trains or between planes. We attend the cinema, consult our watches. We sit down and stretch our legs, stare at the skylight. We buy a paper and read it without comprehending. This is the first stanza of American Jewish poet Helen Goldbaum's In the Shadow of Great Times, published in the September 1939 edition of Poetry magazine. When I read it, I couldn't help but recognize how much it reminded me of how I felt over the past few years. Not just with the war in the Middle East, but since the invasion of Ukraine, when the specter of war began to haunt the front pages of every newspaper. The sense of powerlessness, of disbelief, and ultimately of exhaustion that leads to apathy is communicated so powerfully in Goldbaum's deceptively simple verses. Nearly 100 years later, her words are just as poignant today as they were then. Unlike the subjects in the poem, attempting to go through their daily lives, shielding their hearts from the horrors of war, this weekend we confront the brutality and devastating multi-generational impact of war. As Jews, we have long been commanded to remember the hardest moments of our history, the experience of slavery in Egypt, the exile to Babylonia, and the fall of the temple and the loss of Jerusalem. Though Remembrance Day is not a specifically Jewish holiday, it is critically important for us to mark this in a Jewish way, to remember those who died fighting and all those whose brave service meant that we could live a life free from persecution. May their memory be a blessing for us all. Shabbat Shalom.